Imagine your bot is not just clicking on screens, but actually reading data from a database, updating records, and making decisions based on that data. That is when automation becomes truly powerful. In today's video, we are going to learn the database package in Automation Anywhere A360, one of the most important skill for any RPA developer. Hello Automation Anywhere lovers, welcome back to Get It Sessions. So today we'll understand how bots interact with database in a very simple and practical way. So suppose you're working for a client and you are building a bot for one of their business processes. In that process, your bot may need to read customer data, insert new records, update existing information. Now, here is the catch. Every client may use a different database. One might use SQL Server, one might use Oracle, another might use MySQL, or someone else might use PostgreSQL. So that doesn't mean you need to learn everything separately, because Automation Anywhere provides a common database package that works with all databases. Now, what is database package? The database package in Automation Anywhere A360 allows your bot to connect to a database, to run queries, read or modify data, and disconnect safely. And the best part, these steps remain the same for all the databases. Just the configuration of the connection will be different. For demo, I have created a simple SQL database. Let me show you. So for this, I have created a simple SQLite database, and it has a table called customer. So this is my database, and here you can see the table customer, and it contains some data of the customers like ID, name, and email. And now let's connect this with our bot. So we'll open the control room, we'll go to automation, we'll go to our bot, and we will create one new task bot, and we can give it a name, DB or database demo, anything you can give it a name. And here in the actions, when we search for database, we can see database package. This is the database package, and it contains a lot of actions which we can use in our task bot as per our requirements. So first of all, we will drag the connect action, and as its name suggests, we will use this connect action to establish a connection with the database server which we want to use to automate database related tasks. And guys, let me tell you one thing: if you are using any kind of database for any client or for any business team or for anyone, so you should have the details of that database connection. They may provide you a connection string, or they will provide you details like server name, host name, user, port, and all the other details. Similarly, if this was a SQL Server or Oracle, you would enter server details instead of file path, but the action remains the same. Okay, so in our case, we are using SQLite, and we are going to use a connection string. So let me show you. When we drag this database connection action, we can see the properties of it in the right side, and here we can select the connection mode like default or user defined. So I have selected it, I'm keeping it default, and here we need to just provide the connection string. So I provided this connection string. This is the database file which is stored in my local. So we are providing this connection string. And if you are using any other data type database, as I said, Oracle or SQL Server, you would enter server details instead of file path. All those things you need to provide. So here you can see some connection strings of popular databases. But in our example, we are using this SQLite. So this is the connection string for the SQLite. We are going to use it, and if your driver is 64-bit ODBC, if you're using ODBC 64 driver, you can just select this. It will really help you. And then here we can select the driver file path as well if you're using a specific database. So there are a lot of functions or options available which we can use as per our requirements. But for this SQLite, only connection string is required. So I have given this. So okay, so we have established a connection successfully. Now what I want to do is I want to get the data from this table. So this is the customer table, and we can see there are 3 rows of data. This is kind of a data table. So I want this whole data in a data table. So for that we have one action which is export to data table. So we are going to use this export to data table action. Okay, so let me write the code for this. So here we go. So I have created a new step to select these data and to select all the data of table and save this into a data table, and then we will use a loop stage and we will print all the data of this data table. Okay, here we go. So let me show you this action: database export to data table. Retrieves record from the database and stores retrieved data in a table variable. Okay, as its name suggests, it will export the data to the data table. So for this we are giving this query. This is simple select query or select statement, and here you can give some filters. Here are some filters if you want to limit your search, or if you want to extract only limited amount of data. So maximum of number of records to fetch, you can give like 100, 500, 213, whatever. And timeout means if it is unable to extract the data within these many seconds, so you can you want to timeout it. So here you can give that time value of timeout as well, and session name will be default because in connect action we have created this session default. Okay, so we are going to same connection, and if we are connecting to multiple databases, so we will create a different session for each connection. For example, if I will connect one more database, so I will create one more session which will be default 1 or something. Okay, so then we need to give that default one if we want to use that table or the data of that table. But I want to use the data of this table, so I'm giving this default session because I'm working in this default session. Okay, and here we are assign the data table name in which we want to export all the data. Okay, so we have done this. Now after this we will loop through each row in this customer table data table, and then we will assign the data to a message box and we will print it. Okay, so let me add one catch block, and at the end we will use this disconnect action. This is really useful. You need to disconnect from all the connections which you have established. At the end you can disconnect it. Okay, and if you want to keep the database schema in cache until bot finish running, you can check this. But it may create issue if you are going to use one more connection of any other data type, so it can create issue. Okay, so what I'm doing here is I'm printing that customer ID. For customer ID, I need to give this customer ID. Key should be customer ID, and for name it will be name. Okay, here we go. All right, so let me run this. And here we go. We can see the first message box which contains the name of the first customer and the ID of the first customer, 1 and Alice, and customer 2 name is Bob, and then Charlie. So this is how we can extract the data from any database. Now let's move to another action, which is insert the data. So when we go to this database, and here you can see one action which is insert, update and delete. So you can use it, and if you don't know which action you can use it, so just you can give a prompt to Copilot. If you are not aware of this Copilot functionality, you can check out our previous video on Copilot. Okay, so here I will give the prompt, means I want to insert data in this database. Okay, so I have given a prompt to Copilot. Now it will write the code for us. It will use the appropriate actions and it will perform this activity, the insertion of data. Okay, so it will make your life easy. Just give a prompt to Copilot and it can do work for you. And here we go. We can see it has added line number 11 to 17 from here to here. So we need to, it has given some suggestions. To complete this automation, we need to replace placeholder values with variables or values in the action 15 and 17. Okay. So if we go to 15, we can see this current customer record. But now see in this loop, because when I've executed this Copilot command, so this message box was selected, so that's why it has added data after this line. So we can manage this as per our requirements. For example, I need this and this loop I don't need now. Okay, so now just we want to do is we want to insert the data. So let me modify it as per our requirement. Or we can ask Copilot also to like remove these commands to export the data and just add the actions to insert the data. So Copilot can also do it for us. Alright, so here we go. In this section, what we are doing is we are inserting a new row. So loop is not required. Okay, so I have given two statements to insert the values in this table. Alright, so let me run this. And same again, we are first we will establish a connection with database, then we will insert the data and then we will disconnect from it. Now finally it is completed successfully, and let me go to our database. Let me show you the data. See, we can see it has added two more records in this. The ID is for name is Daniel and this one. So this ID is a primary key. If we don't add, it will automatically add a number to it. Okay. And now what I want to do is, for example, if I have given an incorrect name to this or an incorrect email ID, I want to update the email ID of a customer. So what I will do is I will use update statement. Update customer and set name is equal to Maria, where IT is equal to 3. Okay, now it should set the name of the customer Maria, where ID is 3. So here we can see the ID 3, the name is Charlie. And if we'll execute this, okay, let me run it. Because this action, in this action, you can see the name is insert, update and delete. So you can use this action to perform any of these action. Means if you want to insert the data, if you want to delete the data, or if you want to update any data. So you can use this action only, just you need to give the query accordingly. So all the queries, insertion, deletion and updation queries will work in this section only. See, our bot has completed and it is loading. Let me refresh it. Yeah, and as soon as I refreshed it, the name has updated to Maria. So this is how we can perform any action. Like if I want to delete customer where ID is 5. So it will delete the row in which the ID is 5. It should get deleted, the fifth one. See, we are getting one error because you will see this error whenever your SQL statement has any incorrect syntax. So you will get this error. There is a syntactical error in the SQL statement. Okay, because in our query we should give delete from customer where ID is this. Okay, so if there is any syntax error in your query, you will get this error. And guys, in real projects, you will mostly work with SQL Server or Oracle. But trust me, if you understand this demo, you already know how to handle them. And here we go. Our connection is board run is successful. Let me close it and let me refresh this. And here we go. Now we have only 4 records. So this is how you can deal with your database. You can insert the data, you can update the data, you can delete the data in any of your database table. And if we go to connection action again, you can see there are a lot of actions available. If you select that user defined connection mode, you can see the data types, different types of database here. SQL Server, MySQL, Microsoft Access, PostgreSQL, SQLite, Oracle. So here also you can select this SQLite. Instead of giving your connection string, if I select this SQLite, and here I can give the file path. So as I told earlier, in SQLite we have database files, so we need to give the path of that file. So I will give the path. Like earlier I was giving that path in my connection string, but here also they are providing UI to select all the values. Instead of writing your SQL queries, you can give this. And if you want to use a specific database, you can give the driver file path also. Okay. So see, it will also work. If I let me show you. So if I give one more query to delete the record which has ID 4. So there are different types of ways to connect to a database. So whatever details you have, you can utilize that. And here we go, our port run is completed successfully. And when we go to database and let me refresh it, and the 4th record has been deleted successfully. So this is how we can establish a connection in the different formats. Means either we can provide the values of different arguments or different attributes or parameters, and it Automation Anywhere itself will forms a connection string for us, or we can directly give the connection string. Now you are ready to use databases in your automation projects. If you found this helpful, like the video and comment the queries in the comment section below. Thank you guys.